Your brand new asphalt is already doomed, and you don't even know it yet. You spent months planning, sourced the best materials, hired an experienced crew, but 6 months from now, you'll be staring at cracks running across the surface, wondering what went wrong. The answer isn't in the asphalt mix. It isn't in the compaction. It's in a step most contractors treat as an afterthought: the prime coat. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 most common prime coat mistakes that are silently destroying asphalt pavements across the industry, and exactly how to stop them before they cost you everything. Prime coat is one of the most misunderstood steps in pavement construction. Most people see it as a formality: spray some bitumen, move on, lay the asphalt, done. But here's the engineering reality. Prime coat is the critical bond between your granular base and the asphalt binder course above it. It waterproofs the base, stabilizes the surface fines, and creates the mechanical interlock that holds the entire structural profile together. Without a properly applied prime coat, your pavement structure is essentially 2 separate layers sitting on top of each other, not one unified system. And under modern high-traffic loading, that distinction means the difference between a road that lasts 20 years and one that fails in 20 months. Let's go through all 5 mistakes, starting with the one that's happening on almost every job site right now. Mistake number 1: spraying prime coat over a dusty or poorly compacted base. When residual fines and loose particles sit on the surface, the bitumen cannot penetrate into the granular layer. Instead of bonding with the base material, it simply coats the dust, creating a slip plane right at the most critical interface in your pavement structure. Under heavy wheel loads, that slip plane allows lateral movement. The base shifts slightly, the asphalt above can't follow, and you get progressive delamination, which shows up as surface cracking, rutting, and eventual structural failure. The fix is straightforward. Ensure the base is properly compacted to specification before any prime coat is applied. If dust is excessive, lightly pre-wet the surface to bind the fines. And this single preparation step prevents an enormous amount of long-term damage. Mistake number 2, and arguably the most destructive, is laying hot mix asphalt over a prime coat that hasn't fully cured. A fresh prime coat contains solvents and volatile compounds that need time to evaporate before paving begins. When you cover a green prime coat with hot asphalt, you trap those escaping gases beneath a sealed surface. Those trapped volatiles don't disappear. They build pressure, they expand, and they force their way out through the only path available, upward through your new asphalt layer. The result is immediate surface bubbling, blistering, and reflective cracking that compromises structural integrity from day one. In 2026, rapid set emulsions are widely available. But rapid set does not mean you can pave in 30 minutes. You still need to confirm full cure through moisture testing and a physical heel test before the binder course goes down. No shortcuts. Mistake number 3: applying too much prime coat under the assumption that more is better. This is a logic trap that causes serious problems. Excess bitumen doesn't bond deeper into the base. It pools on the surface. Under traffic loading, that excess material migrates upward through the asphalt, a process called bleeding. Bleeding creates a slick, bitumen-rich surface that dramatically increases hydroplaning risk in wet conditions. It also softens the pavement under heat, making it highly susceptible to rutting under heavy vehicles. The correct approach: application rates are typically between 0.5 and 1.5 liters per square meter, depending on base porosity and material type. Use digitally calibrated spray nozzles and real-time flow monitoring. The goal is a thin, uniform membrane, not a thick coating. Mistake number 4: ignoring spraying temperature. Bitumen is highly temperature sensitive. Its viscosity changes dramatically with temperature, and viscosity is what determines whether prime coat can actually do its job. Spray too cold, and the bitumen is too thick to penetrate the base through capillary action. You get a surface film with no structural bond underneath. Spray too hot, and the light volatile fractions evaporate immediately, leaving behind a degraded material that can't form a proper membrane. Both scenarios leave your base fundamentally unprotected, regardless of how much material you applied. With real-time temperature monitoring equipment now standard on modern distributors, there is no excuse for getting this wrong. Always follow the manufacturer's specified temperature range for the exact material you're using. Mistake number 5, and the root cause behind all the others, is treating prime coat as a minor, optional step. This is the mindset that drives every other mistake on this list. When site supervisors see prime coat as a box to tick rather than a critical structural process, all the other errors follow naturally. Curing time gets cut, surface prep gets skipped, temperature gets ignored. Here's what that mindset actually costs. When prime coat fails, water infiltrates the base. The base deteriorates from the bottom up. What looks like a surface cracking problem is actually a sign of complete structural failure. And the only solution is a full-depth rebuild. A prime coat error that could have been corrected on site for a few $1,000s becomes a multi-million-dollar reconstruction project. That is the real cost of negligence at this stage. A zero-tolerance policy for prime coat errors isn't perfectionism. It's basic engineering economics. If you're working in road construction as a contractor, a site engineer, or a project manager, print these 5 points out and put them on your site. Train your crew. Make prime coat preparation a non-negotiable part of your quality control process. Share this video with someone on your team who needs to see it. And if you've witnessed any of these mistakes on a live project, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Subscribe for more precision engineering content. In the next video, we're covering tack coat, what it is, how it differs from prime coat, and the specific mistakes that cause binder course delamination. See you there.